Gamers.
Bite-sized.
Welcome everyone to another session of Gaikoku Gamers Bite-Sized. My name is Mike Frazier, and today is our review on Madden 15. Madden is a series that's had its ups and downs through the years through EA Sports, and the last outing on the next-gen consoles, Madden 25, did not fare well at all. So when Madden 15 was on the rise, you know, my outlook for the game was kind of bleak. I was already burnt on Madden 25, even though I got it through EA Access, so it really didn't cost me all that much, but if I had to pay $60 for the game, I really would have been pissed. So without further ado, let's bring in the TV. One of the first things that caught my eye about Madden 15 was the graphics. The graphics do look next-gen, especially after the lackluster performance of Madden 25. This looks like a next-gen football game. And right from the grass to the helmets to the stadiums, everything looks good and feels right. And it has a really good sense of TV-style broadcast, especially with all the different camera angles that they've instituted this year. That being said, some caveats do come in the graphics department. Noticeably, the sideline people, like the cameramen, the videographers, the refs, and the audience members. The sideline people look horrible because everything else looks so good. And when the camera does pan through like different spots in the audiences in the stadiums, there's a lot of people in a lot of different clothing, but a lot of the same faces repeated time and time again. This is not so, though, in NHL 15. They have over 9,000 separate people filling the stadiums, which you can definitely tell. But in Madden, they've went ahead and they've really used duplication for the people in the audience. That being said, the gameplay is solid. They definitely stepped it up this year, and it feels good. The defensive game is great. The offensive game is, you have to be on your toes with the offensive game. You can't keep running the same plays over and over again. The computer will pick up on that and will definitely make adjustments on how you play the game. Each player feels like an actual player. They all don't have the same speed. They don't have the same momentum. They don't have the same physics. You can't take, a defensive back and run straight down the field and go after people. It's just not going to happen. And everything about Madden 15 feels like a great football game. And it's definitely a refreshing start to the Madden franchise. One of my favorite Maddens was Madden 09. And I really haven't fully picked up a Madden game since then and really enjoyed it. And this one, it's definitely worth the price of admission. You have all the great modes, the connected franchises, the GM franchises, the online play with your friends, the online team play. You have the Ultimate Team is back, and everything about the game seems to fall into place. It's definitely a great start into this year's sports franchise with EA Sports, and they are definitely moving the franchise in the right direction. That being said, I think the next Madden, they need to pick up the speed on the sideline people as well as the audience. I mean, they've showing that in NHL 15. The audience looks fantastic, and the sideline people, it's starting to get to where you see the same cameraman 5-6 times in a row, and they're all moving in unison. But that's just a little nitpick. It doesn't really detract from the game as such because everything's moving at a great pace. The commentation is good at times. Sometimes it gets a little bit repetitive, and sometimes it feels a little lackluster. It just sounds like they're phoning some of the lines in. And I notice when Phil Simms and Jim Mortz at the beginning, sometimes Jim's audio seems a little quiet, almost like he's whispering, like he's in a golf match or a bowling tournament, not necessarily a football match. And I think that could have used a little bit more life to it. I definitely hear a lot of the same commentations later on in the game, but not so much to where it's like, oh, please turn these guys off, like it was back in the earlier NHL games, where you'd always hear Jim Houston say the same kind of phrase over and over and over again. Overall, I think this is a definite game to pick up, especially if you're a Madden fan. You can't go wrong with it. If you hated Madden 25, which I think most people did. Some people played it just to play the Ultimate Team and had fun with it, but it was a very lackluster outing on the next-gen consoles. This is a good restart to the Madden franchise, and definitely one should be in a sports fans collection. I definitely think you'll have a full love and enjoyment of the game. Don't forget to follow us on the website, www.gaikokugamers.com, and on Twitter at Gaikoku Gamers, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. So for Gaikoku Gamers Bite-Sized, this is Mike Frazier. Hope you enjoyed the review.
Bite-Sized.